So today we're going to take our first look at the Mavic 2 Enterprise, a drone geared towards first responders and law enforcement. Stick around. What's going on, everybody? I'm Original Dobo. Thanks for coming back. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and don't forget to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed today's content. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mavic 2 Enterprise. Yeah, that's a mouthful actually. I'm only going to sort of scratch the surface on this drone today, and I'm not going to go over all of its features and everything in this video because the video would be absolutely crazy long. There are 3 attachments that come with this drone, and I'm going to break each of those out in its own tutorial and its own video at a later time. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you're subscribed to check those out. But today we're just going to unbox it, talk about it a little bit. But before we get too far ahead, thank you to my sponsor, DroneWorks, for going ahead and sending this drone out to me. If you are interested in a Mavic 2 Enterprise and you want to add that to the fleet of drones that you already have, or maybe you don't have, you need to give them a call so they can talk to you about pricing and availability. Link will be in the description below. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the Mavic 2 Enterprise. This is DJI's first attempt at a portable enterprise level drone. Now, this drone doesn't have a thermal camera. It doesn't have all the normal attachments that we typically see on, let's say, the Matrices or even the Inspires. However, we do have some pretty unique attachments here, and they all mount on top of the drone. Now, I was really surprised when I was unboxing this drone that these attachments were all incredibly light. I'm talking about mere ounces. From the speaker all the way to the lights, they weighed next to nothing, and they balanced incredibly well. Inside the box, you're going to get 1 battery. You do get a travel case. It is a weather sealed case that they do ship this with. All attachments do come with it. And the controller, to the best of my knowledge, is basically the same as what you will get with the Mavic 2 Zoom or Pro. I didn't notice any new buttons or any sort of weather sealant or IP67 anything. Now, there could be, and maybe all the controllers have that, but I didn't see anything there, nothing that stood out that colored it different. However, when we look at the drone is definitely different. There is a tab that sits on the top that you peel off where you mount your accessories. Now, if you lose that top tab, there is a spare one in the box. So that is cool that they include that. I guess they're anticipating that to go missing. It is a micro USB connector, so no USB-C here. All the accessories mount with 2 little screws that sit on the top, and there's a plastic head on the top that you just basically screw them down with. As I said, all the accessories are very light, and in my testing that I've done so far, I didn't notice that they affect the balance or the overall agility of this drone whatsoever. Now, keep in mind, when you use these accessories, or these attachments I should say, your battery life will dwindle. Now, it's rated for 31 minutes of flight time, no accessories attached, but as soon as you start attaching things, that battery life's going to drop. Oddly enough, the thing that drops the battery life the most is connecting the speaker. It goes from 31 minutes all the way down to 25 minutes of flight time. Now, speaking of the batteries, these batteries are self-heating or auto-heating batteries. So if you're going to be flying this in colder climates, they will have the ability to heat themselves, which is really important. 1, keeping the drone batteries warm, and 2, being able to fly in cold weather. Now, I probably will never have that problem here in Florida, considering that we really don't do summer, and just now today it's only 70 degrees. So I'll probably never use that feature. But if you are in warmer climates and that's not really a big thing to you, you can always just pop in your Mavic 2 Zoom or Mavic 2 Pro battery and they'll work just fine. Something that won't work just fine is the DJI Go 4 app. If you try to connect your Mavic 2 Enterprise to the Go 4 app, it will actually give you a warning prompting you to download the Pilot application. That is what you will need to be able to fly your Mavic 2 Enterprise. Now, I'm going to do a whole separate tutorial and video on the Pilot app for the Mavic 2 Enterprise, but just scratching the surface here, it is a very stripped down app. You won't find any sort of fancy flight modes or any sort of trick shots or anything like that. This drone is not meant to be flown recreationally. It's meant to save lives, essentially. And just browsing over the app here just briefly, I did notice that there is only 1 color profile and it's decinelike, and I can only imagine that that's what they found to work best and give you the best range and visibility in any sort of condition. Moving into the application, you'll also notice that you're able to see airspace around you, and you can see movement within that airspace. So anybody that is digitally reporting their tail numbers will be able to be seen within the application. Also, airports and airspace are broken down in shelves, just like they are on a sectional chart. So you'll always know where you should or should not be able to fly. What I did notice in looking at my map, I was able to see the approach patterns for the local airport where I was at. Now, I can't technically fly here, but I was able to turn the drone on in my house, but I just can't fly it because I am within a Class D airspace where I live. So I will have to take it somewhere else if I'm going to go ahead and test this out and fly. One of the things I do want to test with this drone is that spotlight. It is incredibly bright. It's going to be cool, and I'm going to do a sort of a search and rescue type of scenario to show a use case situation for it. But even beyond first responders or even law enforcement, there are a lot of uses for this drone, and the fact that there is a port on the top and potential that DJI will develop new accessories like maybe a thermal camera, please, that this drone could be the perfect little enterprise solution for many companies, especially roofing companies. This drone has so much untapped potential, and this video only scratches the surface. So what I need from you all is let me know what you want to see. What would you use this for in your business? And if you could use this in your business, go ahead and drop a comment down below and tell me what you want to see or know from this drone, and I will absolutely test it. I'm going to be testing battery life. I'm going to be testing overall visibility at night with the beacon and with the spotlights. And then of course, I'm going to play with that speaker. The speaker system's a little different than I initially thought, but it's cool nonetheless. But we're going to test it all out, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this very quick first look at the Mavic 2 Enterprise. I will definitely have more videos on this very soon in the near future, and I'll also have a special guest with me later this weekend, so you're not going to want to miss that as well. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay original.